Good morning, everyone. If I could please ask you to take your seats. We have a very full program, and we obviously want to keep on schedule. So I'd like to welcome all of you to the XXVI W.O. McCormick Academic Day, named in honor, obviously, of the late Dr. McCormick, who actually founded and ran Academic Day for over 20 years. This annual conference has increasingly grown in size to the point it's certainly our largest annual conference, and we actually have 225 participants here today. I think we've organized an excellent program on the theme of emergency psychiatry. I've had the advance of seeing the presentations from both our invited and local faculty, and I think you'll agree that it's going to be an excellent program. I just have a couple of quick housekeeping remarks. The first is obviously out of respect to the speakers, but also to the people sitting at your table. It would be appreciated if you'd put your cell phones on either airplane or vibrate mode. The washrooms are right outside the Regency Ballroom up the stairs to your right. There is access to Wi-Fi. The network would be the Lord Nelson Conference, and as you can see, the username's conference and the password is Lord Nelson. Nutrition breaks and lunch are out in the other room, the Regency room, and it would be appreciated if, particularly at lunch, you divide yourselves up. So those on the right-hand side, of my right-hand side, if you go through that door and you go to the far table to get your lunch, and those on the left side go out that door and go to the first table. Everything is going to be the same on both tables, so you're not going to be losing out on anything by doing that. We're very appreciative of the generous financial support in the form of unrestricted educational grants from our sponsors, so it certainly would be appreciated if you would visit their exhibits during the breaks and lunch. You should by now have all received a notice giving you the link to our online evaluation form, which I've also listed there. So it actually means it's open now, so it means you can actually go along and fill in your evaluations of the speakers as things happen. I also just want to let you know that we are audio recording the presentations, and those will be matched to the slides of each speaker, and we will be posting that on the Department of Psychiatry website within the next couple of weeks after everything's edited, so then it'll be out there for you all to review. And then finally, as a thank you for attending, we have some prizes to give out. I won't say more about that, except that you have to be here in person at the end of the day in order to win. So it's now a pleasure to introduce Dr. Nick Delva, who everyone I'm sure realizes is professor in the Department of Psychiatry at Dalhousie University. He's head of the Department of Psychiatry, and he's now the chief with the whole amalgamation of all of the different districts. He's now Chief Department of Psychiatry, Central Zone, Nova Scotia Health Authority, and he will make some opening remarks.
Thanks very much, Heather. And I'd like to add, on behalf of the Department of Psychiatry, a welcome to this 26th W.O. McCormick Academic Day. People have come from near and far, and I'd like to welcome you all, particularly our visiting speakers, Dr. Peter Zed, who's to my far left here, your far right, who's come all the way from BC, and Dr. Sophie Gosselin, who you will be hearing this afternoon. I'd like to thank Dr. Heather Milliken and the committee for all their hard work. I mean, you can see how much has gone into arranging this conference. It's really an excellent program, and as you've heard from Heather, it's fully subscribed, as it always is. So the topics for these academic days are carefully chosen, and this is a very important area, very close to, I'd say, all of our hearts, or we wouldn't be here. We have an excellent psychiatric emergency service here in Halifax. I see Debbie Phillips, who's one of the reasons for that. And Dr. Tom McKay is the psychiatrist lead for that team, and we value that service very much. It's a very important area, crucial to the operation of a mental health system. I think Bill McCormick would have been very happy to see today's program. He died a couple of years ago, and he had had a long association with our department and worked in the Bedford-Sackville Clinic right up until a year before he died. So that's right up until 3 years ago. And he was a wonderful person. And in his memory, I'm going to do a little contest with you. He used to like to give out loonies. So I'm going to give out a loonie. This is not a hard one. First person who can answer, how many years has the academic day been named the W.O. McCormick Academic Day? You are right. So with that introduction, I'll turn it back over.
Thank you very much, Dr. Delva.